had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone?
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello, I'm Flora. I'm so happy to have you all here. You guys know I love a good workout in the morning, so I started this week with leg day. Lately, the motivation to work out doesn't come as easily as it usually does, but these phases just come and go. So if you feel the same way, you're not alone. I still somehow made it to the gym, and I'm so happy I did because it always makes me feel so much better afterwards. Anyways, after the workout, I made breakfast, my favorite meal of the day. I tried to make waffles with applesauce and turmeric. This was the first time making it, so I never know what to expect, but luckily it turned out really well. I made a batter and fried these in the waffle iron. For toppings, I caramelized apples with agave syrup and cinnamon, and I topped the waffles with it. Also added some soy yogurt, blueberries, and walnuts. And it was so incredible. Really enjoyed it. I live for a good pasta, and this was no exception. I cooked some whole grain fusilli in salty boiling water. While that was cooking, I finely diced garlic and onion and chopped up these giant mushrooms that I believe are called portobello mushrooms, and a head of broccoli. 3 minutes before the pasta was cooked, I added the broccoli to the water to cook. Then I drained them all together, but saved some pasta water because that makes any pasta sauce 10 times better. In a large pan, I sauteed the onions and garlic with olive oil, salt, and pepper. Added the chopped up mushrooms and seasoned with dark soy sauce, and let those cook down for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, in a food processor, I made the pasta sauce from a can of cannelli beans, garlic powder, curry powder, nutritional yeast, and a can of coconut milk. Once it was smooth, I poured it over the mushrooms. After just a few minutes of simmering, I added the broccoli and pasta, mixed it well, and I served it with some nutritional yeast because I just love nutritional yeast. And this was a solid 10 out of 10. Really good. Hello, Mia. No, that's my food. She's coming. This chocolate chip muffin recipe is a family favorite. This is the muffin that got me into baking when I was little, and I never stopped making these. It's really easy to make and oh so worth it. Extremely yummy, and you can add any flavors you like. For example, some banana chunks would also be amazing here. After mixing the batter, I transferred them into little cupcake papers and baked them in the oven. While they were baking in the oven, I made my favorite tofu salad ever, which you've probably seen before, but I just cannot stop making it because it's too good. All it takes is 5 minutes and just a few ingredients. I cut up spring onion and a block of firm tofu. In a bowl, I mixed together coconut yogurt, some nutritional yeast, vegan mayo, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and lemon juice. Added in some turmeric, the spring onion, the tofu, and mixed them really well. I topped 2 slices of bread with arugula and the tofu salad, and it was ready for me. I just cannot stop making these because it's so good. Oh my god. If you can, go make this right now because it's worth it. Trust me. Still warm. Smells like my childhood all over again. Let's make some parfait. That morning I made a berry parfait. First I blended up frozen fresh fruits in the blender with frozen banana, plant milk, chia seeds, soy protein and some peanut butter. Once it was nice and smooth, I poured it into a jar, which I also topped with coconut yogurt and some granola. It was truly delightful.
Oh my god. Boy, so good. It's the 22nd of September and the weather is still 30 degrees Celsius, so that's insane, isn't it?
Everyone and their dog is making roasted tomato soup, so I wanted to show you my version of it. To make it super simple, just added the tomatoes that I cut in half onto a parchment lined baking sheet with red bell pepper, garlic and onions, and a bunch of cherry tomatoes. Seasoned with basil and oregano, drizzled on some olive oil, peppered them, salted them, and finally, to make it more filling, I also added a can of white beans. After around 15 to 20 minutes in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius, I let them cool down a bit and blended them up in a food processor. Then I poured the soup into a pot, added a can of coconut milk, some veggie broth, and nutritional yeast. Then I served the soup with sunflower seeds and sourdough bread.
Good talk. I'm by the cinema and I'm gonna watch this extremely cringe romantic movie. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Instead of the usual peanut butter coffee banana combo, I'm just gonna make a peanut butter coffee shake or smoothie. Hopefully it's gonna be nice. And I'm gonna go and run.
This coffee smoothie turned out incredible. If you're into coffee, make sure you try it. I blended up oat milk, a shot of espresso, frozen banana, protein powder, unsweetened cocoa powder, and peanut butter. It turned out extremely smooth and yummy, and it was the perfect pre-workout drink.
Ooh, so good. So good. Chin.
So I am trying to have a longer run each week, at least once, to support my cardiovascular health, but also to support my resilience and do things out of my comfort zone. Running is something I don't particularly love and I'm not good at it, but this is exactly why I need to do it. Because we grow through discomfort. It doesn't mean you should invest energy in things you absolutely don't enjoy. It only means if it's something you want to do, but it's hard, you should still go for it because it will show you how much you're capable of. And that's an amazing feeling.
Tired, but it was good.
After the running session, I finally tried to make smashed peas. I've seen this everywhere on social media and wanted to give it a try. I soaked frozen peas in hot water for 5 minutes, then rinsed and added them to the food processor. I mixed them with fresh parsley, pepper, salt, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, extra virgin olive oil, tahini, and half a lemon's juice. Mixed them up and served with some sourdough toast. It was surprisingly delicious and I will definitely make this again. There is probably no week without eating spaghetti, because this is my favorite food for sure. I cooked some spaghetti in salty boiling water. Meanwhile that was cooking, I chopped up onion, garlic, a bunch of sun-dried tomatoes and a block of firm tofu into smaller pieces. In a pan, I sauteed the onions and garlic, salted them, peppered them, and added a bunch of cherry tomatoes along with the sun-dried tomatoes and tofu cubes. After a few minutes of frying these, I mixed in garlic powder and a can of coconut milk, as well as some hummus, capers, and nutritional yeast. After another few minutes of simmer, I added fresh parsley and the cooked and drained pasta. Mixed it well, and it was done. So simple and so comforting. For dinner, I was craving something sweet, so I made a berry toasty. I started off by heating up some frozen berries in a pot with cinnamon. Once they were warm enough, I mashed them with a fork and added chia seeds. I spreaded peanut butter onto sourdough bread slices and the chia jam onto the other 2 slices. Topped these with coconut yogurt, banana slices, and toasted them in the toaster. They turned out incredible. It was the perfect dinner.
It says, practice compassion, forgiveness, and kindness. Dinner is served.
Hate Valentine's Day. Because of your life. What are you looking for? Flowers from Kendrick's, chocolates from an ex, a poem from the homeless guy who sleeps on the fire escape. Anything, I'm desperate. Well, they're not from a man. Guess who did get you chocolates? You. Yes.
Yum! Get me say goodnight. There you go.
Morning. Let's do some yoga. After my yoga session, I made a blended chocolate oatmeal for breakfast. I mashed a ripe banana with a fork and added that to a pot along with oat flour, plant milk, unsweetened cocoa powder, and soy protein. Once it was cooked, I transferred the oatmeal into a bowl, which I topped with kiwi, peanut butter, berries, and almonds. It was so creamy and chocolatey and really filling. I haven't made curry, I think, since last winter, but that day I was really craving it. I started off by chopping the sweet potato and some yellow potatoes into smaller pieces. I also chopped some onions, garlic, and tomatoes. In a large pan, I sauteed these onions and garlic with olive oil after adding some tomato paste to the pan as well, seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Then I added in the tomatoes and let those fry for a few minutes. Then a can of rinsed chickpeas went in there as well, along with the potatoes, and covered these with boiling water and a lid. I let those cook for around 20 minutes on medium heat, stirring them around sometimes until the potatoes were nicely cooked through. I then poured in some vegan cooking cream and more seasonings like smoked paprika and curry powder. Then I added nutritional yeast as well as cashew nuts and some fresh parsley. I served it with rice and you guys, 10 out of 10.
How good this looks. Let's hope it tastes good as well. So I served with some rice and coconut yogurt and added some parsley on top, just to make it fancy and pretty looking for you. Turned out perfectly. Really good. And the rice turned out so amazing as well. I'm eating some pasta leftovers for dinner. Still so good.
And good morning again. This is our final day and I'm starting with an upper body day in the gym. I like to measure my progress in my ability to do things, and my pull-up is very much getting there. When I started going to the gym, I was using 32 kilograms of help to do a pull-up, and now I only use 9 kilograms, which for me is huge. Sometimes we just cannot see the progress yet, but if we are consistent in anything, progress will come eventually. So just keep going and keep believing that you can, and I'm sure you will get there. This day ended up being super hard, but really enjoyable, and I couldn't wait to have breakfast at home. I decided to make a taco filled with beans, mushrooms, and tofu. I started off by rinsing a can of kidney beans, then I chopped up 3 cloves of garlic and a few button mushrooms into very small pieces. In a pan, I sauteed the garlic with olive oil, seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, curry powder, and smoked paprika. I then added the mushrooms to fry away, and a few minutes later, the kidney beans went in there as well. For extra flavor, I drizzled in some soy sauce, and I mashed this with a potato masher. I then added half a block of crumbled tofu and mixed them well. As a dressing, I just mixed hummus with water. Then I added a tortilla wrap into a pan, filled half of it with the bean, mushroom, tofu mixture, drizzled on some of the hummus dressing, and folded it in half. After frying the first side, I flipped it and fried the other one as well. I also made myself a super simple berry smoothie from frozen first fruits, frozen blueberries, chia seeds, banana, soy protein, and oat milk. Blended them up until it was smooth and breakfast was ready. I cut the taco into 3 pieces, not equal pieces, but I tried for easier consumption and enjoyed.
I have my blueberry smoothie. Oh goodness.
Sometimes I'm just really not in the mood for cooking, and that's when I love using convenience food. I tried out this vegan burger patty that day. I found this in the shop and it was so good. I just fried each side and then spreaded some hummus and vegan mayo onto sourdough bread slices, topped with lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and the patty, and that was it. Took me 5 minutes and it was so delicious.
Okay, hello! Sometimes this is all you want, you know? It tastes good, it's a little dry, but that may be my fault.
Anyways, this is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sending you all my love and sunshine, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Real good. Don't I look like a fly? My God, I look like a big spider. Big one.
It's out of the world, out of this world. It's in another galaxy, you know? In another Marvel universe.
Please subscribe, thank you.